conversation. That's what it's all about. Why can't we talk it out and say what's on our mind? Situations keep getting in the way. There's so much we need to say, but we're running out of time.
Hey everybody, Jen Dial here with Creative Conversations. So today, I'm launching the Creative Conversations. I've done other kind of moments with y'all, but today we're going to start actually speaking with people, talking with people regarding small business, having to do with crafters, artists, artisans, and really any small businesses that are out there. And today is a gal that I have worked with, has been a blessing to me because she is really organized, and I am not, and she's just trying so desperately to impart to me how important it is to be organized and to have your business up and running and everything's in place. But she's also going to talk with us today about a program that she's launching with her business. And it's really, really exciting. We talked about it last week. So without further ado, this is Michelle Mattice, and she is from Spark Up Biz. She also has, she's got a very cute little squirrel business she's going to tell you about. No, I'm not going to talk about it.
We're not talking about
that.
We got other stuff going on.
She has other stuff going on, but Spark Up Biz is what we're going to talk about today. So, Michelle, tell us a little bit about Spark Up Biz, what it does, and how important it is for networking and marketing for small businesses.
Well, first of all, I love the fact that this is conversations with, because that's what Spark Up Biz is all about. It's about having those conversations. And it's interesting what's going on in the world of social media right now for businesses, especially when it comes to AI and all of this stuff that's going on, because our voices are getting lost. Our message for our companies are being lost. Our messages are being lost. So we launched sparkupbiz.com a little while ago, and we're hoping that it grows. It's got a ton of potential, but it is a social media platform for businesses to go learn, teach, network, have those conversations without the fancy algorithms, without having to pay huge amounts of money, without having to get spammed to death, and having the real conversations. It's interesting because I have a friend whose husband just started a business, and he put a company page up on one of the major business platforms. And he was so excited because he was doing all these posts and he was doing everything right. And he came to me, he goes, look, I'm getting, comments and I'm having conversations and I'm looking at them and I'm like, they're AI bots.
Yeah.
He goes, what? I'm like, they're AI bots. He goes, no, they're conversations. We've been going back and forth. I'm like, look at the comments. He goes, they're all the same format. Goes, okay. And I said, does anyone that you know speak that way or write that way unless they're doing a dissertation for a college paper?
Right.
And he looked at me and goes, are you kidding? I'm like, no. So Spark Up Biz is there to have real conversations, and your message gets out because the only messages that are going out are authentic. So the feed isn't just constantly programmed into the feed is actually a closed feed. So if you go in and put a post, it's an actual post, and there's no limitations of who you can reach out to in that, Spark Up Biz little universe. And you can have a group, and our groups have live chat rooms, and there's a live chat room that you can talk to somebody anytime you want. And our platform has video features, so you can have a, video conversation and share your screen if you need to, and have a business meeting in there. And so we've got a ton of possibilities going on with the platform. There's also the Academy, because some people don't know how to start a business or register a business or get organized. I'm not teasing you at all about that.
Well, part of part of Creative Spirit Channel is that that's how we met Michelle, is because we want our crafters and small business people to realize that they, quote, are a business, but they are going to get lost in the ginormous world with its social media. And I think what's really, really important for people to understand is that if you're on a big platform, the bigger fish are going to eat you up and you're not going to go anywhere. And so you're offering the ability for someone to actually speak to a person, that person speaks to another person, and it's basic marketing 101 is what it is. It's just done on a platform that's completely for small businesses. And that's what I think is so cool.
I think we have the potential of being one of the big fish. Okay. But at the same time, when you see something, it's authentic. So this actually evens the playing field for everyone. So a company can't come in and program 100 posts a day to go into the feed.
Right. Well, they got the idea that, you got to post all the time. And I don't know if you've all seen it, but I just saw a wall where they have like 500 cell phones, and they're mounted on the wall, and those are the bots, guys. Those are they're like bot farms. So when you walk in, they're just walls and walls of cell phones that they're programming to talk to you, and it's not a real person.
So they'll actually program these bots. They will create fake profiles. These profiles will go in and bump up the numbers for followers and likes and all of that. They can be programmed to search for keywords on posts, and then they'll go comment on the post, which is what was happening to my friend. And they'll go back 2 or 3 times and, with the poster, because they're trying to engage with the poster. And then they might try to connect with the poster. And at that point, there's certain things that they're programmed to do that if the poster or the person interacts with them like 1 or 2 times, it alerts whoever the sales rep is or whoever that business person is, hey, you want to continue the conversation, which I am, me, I'm a firm believer that there to use tools, work smarter, not harder. But I also think that there is a ton of value in authenticity in communication. And the fact that these things are happening, we're losing our identities as businesses. And no matter how well an AI can be programmed, and I have a business partner who's a techie, and he tells me this because he programs AI tools. He goes, no matter how well it is programmed, it's going to make mistakes. I can't tell you the number of pitches that I get from people on some of the bigger networking platforms, the business platforms, that are hysterical to me because I don't sell a direct product. I don't sell cannabis because one of my businesses works with that industry in the financial aspect. So I get asked if I want a flower all the time. I'm like, you are talking to the wrong person. So it's really fun. And then I'll get asked like, oh, do you need, AI? No, I'm covered. Thanks. So it's those conversations that actually get us ahead.
Well, and those, if you think about it, conversations, you're not, you think you're having a conversation because it's reacting to you. But I was just telling Michelle before we came on, I'm working on a website I'm creating for a client, and it's pretty basic, but their AI is what helps you. And Michelle knows this about directing how to make things, right? So if you have a question, you say, how do I do this? And it tells you. So the issue I was having, they would rephrase it, but it's the same directions. And I would say, the directions are the same. Please, it is not working. Please give me another solution, right? And so it would come back and basically say, okay, well, let's try it this way. And it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. So remember, it's programmed. As people, we can say, like, if Michelle says, Jenny, I need you to do this, and I say, Michelle, it's not working, and then you're thinking in your head, okay, you're going to give me another completely different solution, or say, you can't do it that way. And when I asked, I said, dude, we've been at this for hours and you keep giving me the same answer. I want a person to talk with me. It came back and said, but I can do it faster. I said, yeah, but you didn't do it right. It's not solving my issue. So it's only,
I'm laughing because there are times where I've worked with different AI engines, and it doesn't give you the right instructions, and I get snarky with them. So
I know, and you feel kind of bad. You're like, should I totally bag on this thing? And you're like, it's a computer, Jen. It's a computer. But and I'm very polite. I say, good morning. Can you help me with this? And then by the end of the time, I say, look, I want someone I can talk with. And the person that I spoke with, and I think it was an actual person because they put a little face up instead of a thing, but he responded differently. You can tell. And he said, guess what? You're going to have to do this because your program doesn't allow you to do that. Mm-hmm. So 2 days, guys, 2 days where I could have spoke with the first guy and have it resolved in 10 minutes, because he would have told me right away, look, what you bought doesn't include this ability to do this. So no matter how they slice it, no matter how they present it, I love Elon, but he's thinking 100 years from now or 50 years from now. At this moment, AI is still programmed by people and can only do so. It cannot think independently.
It is a tool.
And that's what we want. We want conversations with people, the human part, even the messy part.
It's a great tool. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I use AI, but I don't want to have a conversation with it. I don't want it. I don't want it to break down things between businesses and companies. It's interesting because sparkupbiz.com came out of me having my own company, Spark Up Biz Services, which is a business service company, and me wanting to network for that company online because I live in the woods. There's no other.
Puts the O in remote.
Girl, my closest neighbor is a bear, especially this time of year because they're waking up. So for me to network effectively, I need to be online. And I was getting very frustrated with all of the bot feed and all of the fake and all of the spam of different platforms and the limitations and the expensive price tags of networking groups and
it's huge.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I'm sorry, but for a small, even to a medium-sized business, if you have 20 sales reps out in the field, you're talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to get 20 sales reps.
Yep.
Networking and out the door between the organizations and the event fees and all of that. So I was looking for a better platform and I thought I'd found it and it wasn't. And I was frustrated and I vented to a partner that I have and he's like, I can build that. So that's where Spark Up Biz came to be from, because we wanted a tool that we could talk about our businesses. We could build those conversations. And it's really interesting. We started Network Infernos at the beginning of the year. So they're networking events. They're on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they're free to anybody. You don't even have to be part of sparkupbiz.com. We invite everyone. We actually advertise them on LinkedIn because we have a company page there, because who doesn't these days? They're on Eventbrite, they're on Meetup, and it's to draw people into these events so we can network. And then we ask, just continue the conversation on Spark Up Biz. You can join for free. If you want more, abilities, yes, the base paid membership is a whopping $20.
$20. That is and it's unheard of.
You get access to the academy. You get access to listing your business in the marketplace. You get access to a whole bunch of other stuff, the video conversations. But it's $20 a month. That's it. And so we did this because it makes sense for businesses of all sizes. So the reason you and I are talking, though, is because we're excited, because we think that there's so much possibility for this platform. We envision a day where this platform grows that we're not having a network inferno twice a week. We're having network infernos several times a day, every day, in different times. So it works around your schedule and you not having to get into a car and driving for 45 minutes through hopefully good traffic and then wasting 2 hours in a meeting and then, coming back for that's half a day.
Right.
It's not productive in today's day in business. Business runs really fast. So one of the things that we just started is referral groups. Dun, dun, dun. And you're not paying hundreds of dollars. Because you know me. You're paying a $10 add-on to a paid membership. So if you were a Spark member at $20 and then add on a referral group, I can do that. Yep, a referral group. It's $10 on top of that. So for $30 a month, you can have the sole exclusive industry seat into a locked group. And in that group, you'll meet weekly. You can exchange leads with the other people in your group. And it's people that want to build their business just like you do. So $30 a month is not bad. And you don't have to drive. You don't have to go out for coffee and pay $20 at Starbucks to have a one-on-one, or God forbid more, because I had one on-one. I belong to a huge networking organization at one point. It cost me $3,000 over a year. I got one lead out of it. And I'll never forget, the woman was sweet as pie. We went out to lunch and I had a salad. Okay. And our bill came, I had one drink and a salad. And my bill was like $62. I was like, yeah. So that adds up, So we're trying to make it reasonable for businesses of all sizes and shapes. And it's a good platform. We just need to get people on it. But we've got a ton of programs where if you want to help bring people in, I don't believe in anybody bringing people into a platform and not getting something out of it. So we do have a great affiliate program. It starts at 20% payout for the entire length of membership. We do have an igniters program to get the traffic up and to invite other people. We're going to have another program coming out soon because I'm always adding stuff.
I think what people, again, I always go back to basics. It's really not rocket science, people. Everybody's trying to reinvent the wheel, and because the internet is here and it's so much a part of our businesses, they're always trying to twist it into something that it's not. I'm an old real estate gal, and we used to hit every good door knock. You can't door knock anymore, but it's still the same. It's still the same process. Referrals are the best. If you are in any type of business, and people don't like to say this because it's quote sales, but you're constantly selling your company, whether you like it or not. If you're a crocheter, or you've got an account business, or you're an attorney, or you're a plumber, all of these businesses, one side of you does the actual work, the other side of you has to do the marketing. If you're a plumber and you're working on some guy's, front lawn, and some guy walks by and says, "Hey, my sprinklers aren't working. Do you have a card?" And you don't have a card in your pocket to whip out. I don't care if it's soggy or if it's got a little dirt on it, and say, Here, dude, here's my card. Give me a call. I'd be glad to help you. That's a connection. And
it's really funny that you say that, because right now the new buzz is digital cards, right? So all my team have a digital card that they have on their phone with a QR code, and they scan the QR code and the person can fill out the information, and it starts a whole process. But it's true. You need those connections, and connections are not done simply with AI bots. Eventually, you have to be a part of that. No matter how many automations you have in the CRM, and I have a ton of automations in my CRM.
Oh, she does. She's teaching me.
Work smarter, not harder. But there's a point where, the human has to be a part of it. And the issue right now is, and I love an AI dialer. I love the premise of it. but you don't even know who you're talking to anymore, if you're actually talking to a real person or not. And I think there's coming, it's almost like a movement of AI is great, but you went through this weekend. It's frustrating as all get up, and I want to talk to that real person. I call into my pharmacy to talk about my prescription, and I get the bot, and I'm like, right. Customer service representative, customer service. I don't even answer it anymore. And I think we're doing that more and more because we are so frustrated, because we want to have those conversations. So you can do that on Spark Up Biz, and you're not going to have the issues that you have on the other platforms, because everyone is a real person.
And I love the fact that, because it's funny, we met as we were both developing our companies, and we both actually have the same attitude towards it. I know, right? And you know, people ask me, well, why is it so cheap to be on your channel? And they almost think it's a gimmick, or it's like not true. And I'm like, look, there's business models, and then there's business models. You can be you know, Chanel, or you could be, you know, Gina Tay, right? So they both sell products. I will tell you that they're probably not that far off in the way they develop their products. It's just the name that's put out there, and that's what they're selling. But we both love business. We're both, you know, business women who've done a lot in different, you know, genres. And, you know, Michelle's more administrative, and she's got the things going out of organize, and she's just really amazing with that. I'm just like a big gray matter that has stuff coming out of me. I got ideas, and I gotta harness them. But it's basically, we want as many people as possible to be successful.
Yeah.
And we want as many, and it's small business, and it doesn't mean you could be one person, or you could be 50. That's still small business.
Yeah. So it's funny. First of all, I'm gonna tease you, because, and if Mary ever sees this, she will crack up laughing. So I have sold, the joke is, everything from pixie dust to toilet paper in my career. I worked at this little company called Walt Disney World. I don't think you've ever heard of it. Most people haven't.
Little bitty.
Yeah, never heard of it. It's a small little thing. But I was in the sales department, and I was not organized at all. And I had a coworker, Mary, who walked in my office one day, and I was floor filing. This is before, you know, the internet was just coming out. This is dating myself. No one had even heard of a Palm Pilot or a BlackBerry at that point. And she walked into my office, and she's just like, no. Just no.
Just stop.
Like, what in heaven's name are you doing? I'm like, well, she starts, I'm like, wait, I know where everything is. She just looks at me like, yeah, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. So she really taught me organization, which is, so this is not, it's a learned skill. This does not come naturally at all.
Well, you know, someone said something to me. We were talking about the channel, and they said, they looked at our channel, and they said, well, it's, you know, but Prime has it looking like this, and Hulu has it looking like this. I said, okay, look, they have like billions of dollars. They have millions of dollars for one department there to do just one thing. As a small business person, you do everything. Mm-hmm. Okay. And even giving it up, like when you expand, there's a conversation of like, you really don't want to give that up because it's really important and you got to hand it to somebody else. So when Michelle's doing her business, she's not just doing Spark Up Biz as at the front end. The back end stuff is what takes a long time. And that's the part that really gets people in small business. So Spark Up Biz allows you to take some of that marketing pressure off of you. It gives you time to plus sometimes we have to reevaluate our business. We have to see if we're doing things right, if we need to switch things. And constructive criticism is sometimes hard to take, but we have to do that. And a live person is going to tell you that where a bot won't.
You know, when one of the things that I've taught over the years is calendar management, time management. When you are taking, especially as a small business owner or a small business, you know, the smaller the business, the more hats a person wears within that business.
Yep.
And when you know that you have to go on social media and have conversations and network, and then you're sending your, you know, person that's wearing 10 hats out on the road to sit in traffic for half an hour to 45 minutes just to get to a meeting. And then they're going to be there for 2 hours to wine and dine, which probably cost you about $50 to $60 just for the event.
Yep.
And then come back. Is your ROI going to be there? Your return, you know, return on investment, time-wise and monetarily, going to be there? Or would it be more effective for you to belong to a referral group that you can develop the relationships with virtually from the drop, you know, just from picking up your computer or your phone and chatting to a real live person? Is your post going to do better when it's an actual post that you went in and put up, or a question that you put up? Because we have people that are putting up questions and blogs and articles, and I love reading them because some of them are, I'm like, wow, this person just blew my mind. But they're informative and they teach you. I put out a blog every week for my business service company. Yep. So last week was CRM. You and I know the power of a good customer relationship management program. So you can learn things, but when you're on a platform like LinkedIn or Facebook or any of that, there's just so much generated that you get lost in the fray. There's
a lot of white noise too. You get. I was actually on LinkedIn the other day, and I don't go on it too much because it used to be just for like quote business people, but it's expanding, and it actually is getting very political, which there's places for everything, and it's really hard for them to control it because they're very big. And we want Spark Up Biz to be very big, but I think it's who's running it and who's got you're the creator, and so you can say, look, we don't do that here. We're business. Okay. I want the business to be business, and so the referrals that you're talking about are going to be lifelong connections, and that's what you want. You never know who you're talking to. I'll be talking to somebody, and the guy's like he's a engineer, and I'll say something like, well, he goes, do you do this full time? And I'm like, yeah, but I also have another business. This is what I do, and I work with crafters. And he goes, really? He goes, my mother just is a crafter like crazy. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's that Kevin Bacon thing, everybody's like, mm-hmm. So anybody you talk with who says, gosh, I'm having a really hard time getting referrals, or I can't get my business started, or I just don't have time to go out, or I don't have money to pay a sales rep. And remember, most sales reps work off commission. And so it's really hard to get people now to work off commission. Yeah. Because, they're even changing real estate a little bit, because it's really hard to go sometimes a long time without getting paid. Yeah. So Spark Up Biz is offering a really an amazing opportunity to not only expand your business, but for you to grow in your own business and help others do the same thing. I think it's a wonderful thing.
They can also use Creative as a coupon code and get $10 off for the first 3 months of their membership. So for $20 a month, you could actually join Spark Up as a Spark member and get a referral group for $20 for the next 3 months.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can go to sparkupbiz.com, and right on the top of the page, it'll click into referral groups, or you can actually go to sparkupbizreferralgroups.com and sign up there. We will not put you into a group until there's at least 10 members of that group. We won't even charge you for it. That's the way we've set it up, because we want to make sure that you're happy with the time and the type of group that it's worth your while. So if you have a group or that you want to develop, go ahead and send me an email. Be more than happy to talk to you about it. Our email is on the page. And we think that there's a ton of possibility for everyone to grow our business.
I mean, go ahead. This is the thing. There's just sign up. It's free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So get on the platform, stay a little bit, see how it works. It always takes a while to learn how to, it's pretty simple. It's not like, you haven't done it before. Hang out for a little bit, talk to a couple of people, which you can do with a free account, and see how you like it. And
we're going to start hosting coffee hours in our main chat room. So that way someone is going to be in there and they're going to be chatting with people, and you're not just going to be in there sitting. We need to grow the platform. It's small, but it will grow. It makes sense for all of us to do business this way, when you can have the real conversations. So it will grow.
I love that. See, it is about conversation, isn't it? Small business conversation.
It's funny though, Spark Up Biz started because I wanted a way to network better. And because honestly, I built a networking group. That's how I met Jeanette. Jeanette actually joined the networking group that I started.
Right. My partner.
She and I started, and I'm a mama bear. So I tend to be very protective of my team and the people around me. And I'm like, I want better for my group members. And we created it.
And we started because we both wanted to sell our products, and we weren't able, so out of necessity always comes something really good.
Yeah.
And I'm really, we're going to have more conversations with Michelle, and we're going to see how we're progressing with Spark Up Biz. So we're going to say good day for today.
Good day.
And I'm very happy to have Michelle talking to me. Usually she's explaining to me to do something that I'm like, okay, can you just show me how to do it? Because we share a lot, and mostly my screen.
Yes, I've taken it. So because that's another tool though for you to grow your business is the CRM. So Jenny uses the same CRM that I use, that my business service company reps, that does a ton of things. It's very cost effective, again, for businesses of all sizes, because Matt, my business partner with sparkupbiz.com, developed it because I was cranky one day about all the other offerings. So he built the CRM that is perfect for businesses of all sizes, and you can do so much with it.
There's so much to say about that, because a lot of people think they're not big enough to do one, and I'm doing it now because my anticipation is that my company is going to grow and get bigger, and I don't want to do that when I'm bigger. I want to start when I'm smaller and work my way into it, so by the time I'm big, I'm like zipping around in it. I have everything together, and it's going to help me grow bigger. So
what's funny though is by time people pay for all the subscriptions, they're paying for their website subscription, they're paying for like an email marketing campaign, they're paying for the social media programmer for other platforms, they're paying for all of this stuff. It can be $200 to $300 a month,
easy,
but that CRM does all of that within it. And it starts at $99 a month, and it hosts the website, has a ton of automations. It has a ton of features. People are like, it can do what now? For how much?
Yeah. And it's that way. It's all in that woman's head. I swear. It's like, I'm like, oh, that button. It's all here. I always tell Jeanette, we're always a button away from making it work. Like there's always one thing that you're missing. And Michelle seems to know about that. And if she doesn't, she'll say, all right, give me a minute.
Well, someone doesn't read directions. I will tease you about that. I'm like, it's in the directions, but yeah.
All right, everybody, please check out sparkupbiz.com. Go on there, sign up for free, check it out. The referral program is great. It's going to help your business. Give yourself, a couple times a week, go on there, spend some time there. And give a shout out to Michelle if you have some questions.
They'll see you on there. They'll see the creative
Me on there.
channel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you can never have too many shoes or too much marketing. Just remember that. If you think only one place is good for marketing, then you're in the wrong business of being business.
No, you got to have it everywhere. Everywhere.
All right, guys, see you next time on the Creative Conversations with Jen Dial. Thanks, Michelle.
It's great seeing you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, sweetie. Bye.
Bye.
It's having me verify my